Between the dance partners in the corner of the room here, I think we have some Valentine's Day connections. Who knows? It is Valentine's Day, and I can see all the guys lining up at Safeway over there trying to get their flowers in order coming out. They probably doubled in price around noon. And a lot of people, as you start to think about the caring side of Valentine's Day, so a lot of people think it's been so overly commercialized. Which is definitely possible. It seems like Valentine's Day starts the day after Christmas now. But one place that you can always show you care, and there's certainly advertisements about this, is in insurance, because you aren't always getting insurance for yourself. You're kind of showing that you care about all the people around you in some ways. And Brett Chittum joins us. Brett owns his own agency, the Chittum Agency, a part of Allstate, and is a guest speaker for new agents actually entering the industry. Welcome back, Brett.
Hey, how are you doing today, Ben?
Good.
You know, it's funny. Last time we were here, we talked about that, how you break the policy down into layman's terms. And we're talking about the auto policy, and that there's those three key coverages. And last time we talked about the other person coverage and how we go to cover other people. What I wanted to do now is that second key coverage is you and your family, especially on Valentine's Day. You know, I'm sitting there thinking still what I'm going to get for my wife, and I know she's listening now, so I'm not going to say what it is or what it could be.
The way to go is you say, "Don't worry, honey, I have it all planned. It's a surprise."
It's all
and
planned.
that gives you until you get home. You still have phone calls to make and figure out where you can get in.
Absolutely.
I heard McDonald's has tables. You're going to be all good.
Great. Well, we don't go there often, so that might be a special place. No, but, understanding how people, auto insurance is one of these things we have to have. And we think it's, okay, we need that liability coverage. But we also got to think about our families and the different coverages you have in that. In this state, 16% of the people don't have insurance. 16%, and another 18% don't have enough insurance. So if that one of those people hits you in an auto accident, what's going to cover you? If you just have liability, that's not going to give you enough coverage. So there's coverages like uninsured and underinsured motorist, taking care of you and your family in those coverages where it breaks down limits of bodily injury, it breaks down limits of property damage to your car, and with 1 in 8 people not insured, could be that's a big number of 18% not having that insurance, not either.
It's about one out of every 6.
That's and so odds are against you in that respect when you're driving down the 405 or I-5 freeway. Just start counting out 6 cars and go, okay, which one is which?
And
one
they're
of those?
probably the worst drivers, I would imagine. The people who don't have insurance are probably not the people with the nice cars who care about them and are sober.
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. They buy those nice cars and then can't afford the insurance.
Can't afford the insurance. My car, it's the safest car around. I'll never need it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you buy insurance, if it's in, like, as we're talking about auto, what are some of those ways that you really can make sure that the people in your own car, the people you care about, are covered?
Well, there's 2 other coverages. There's medical coverage, and then there's personal injury protection. Those 2 coverages, some people think they go hand in hand. They're actually totally separate coverages. Personal injury protection, the state requires all insurance companies in Washington State to offer that to the client. If they don't get it, they have to sign a waiver that they don't want it. And that coverage really gives you coverage for lost wages, funeral expenses, depending on your limits of coverage for medical expenses for you or anybody else in your car. And I have clients tell me all the time, well, I really don't need that because we have health insurance. Well, do you ever drive friends in the car? Do you ever drive, maybe your wife drives the kids and is a soccer mom and taking kids around? Do they have medical insurance? So that's a coverage you can use to help protect you and your family. And also your friends. I mean, we love our friends, right?
Some of them. Just depends on the day, I suppose.
Exactly.
Like this Saturday, I don't like any of my Husky friends. Even though you're rocking the purple, man.
Yeah.
But, Arizona's going to come to play. I don't know that we've won up here in years, but one of these days we're going to do it. I'm going to rock my Arizona pride. So Saturday, I'm making sure I remove all insurance for other people in my car who are Husky fans.
You're removing it all.
Oh, and I'll put it back on Sunday. No, it's not accurate. But when people do, I mean, these are things where you have to think about the people in your car and what you're doing for them. It's pretty selfless, really.
It is. Well, it's part of, and what we do, it's part of that needs-based approach that we like to take at the Chittum Agency, and how we want to find out all of the customer's needs. I mean, it's not just auto insurance. It's not just homeowners insurance. I mean, there's life insurance. There's disability type insurance that you can get within your auto policy, or get it as a separate policy, accident plan insurance, cancer plan insurance, things that will help you and your family and show that you care. I always say, I gotta say this about life insurance, because I always tell, it's the best love letter you'll ever leave your wife or your husband if you die. It's the best love letter is life insurance policy.
Signed by Benjamin Franklin.
That's right. Or a few of them,
yeah,
depending.
A few of them.
We just can't make sure, we got to make sure you're not worth more dead
well, I
than
mean,
alive.
yeah. Otherwise it could be, that's a whole nother conversation, right? Talk more about life insurance and, how people can truly show this, again, selfless way of spending money. That they don't need it, they'll be gone. Well,
yeah, you can't take it with you, right? I mean, life insurance is a vehicle. It helps to solve a number of issues. I sent out this email to clients right before Thanksgiving, talking about, hey, we offer life insurance. Give us a call so we can talk about it. And I had one email come back to me that said, this email's a little too late. And I sat at my desk. And I got teared up, because you know what? You're right. I was too late in doing that. This customer's been a customer of mine for years, and I was too late in doing that. And now they no longer have their husband. They had some life insurance, but it wasn't enough. What's going to happen now? So when you think about life insurance and the aspects of it, it's not just about taking care of the home payments or your wife's, beauty spa time. It's about your child's education. It's about what your value is. How many, you die at 40 years old and you have another, 20 years of work left. What's your value? How much are you not now going to be bringing into that household that your family needs? So life insurance isn't just a $100,000 policy. It's not just a $250,000. It could be $1 million you might need. Something so that your wife or your husband that's going to be grieving, because I know if my wife's gone, I don't know what I'm going to do. So it would be nice to have something there so that I don't have to worry about the bills, and I can sit there and mope and make sure my kids are taken care of and then get on with life.
You talk about this 100,000 or 200,000, 250,000 that seems to be the number I feel like I get in the mail and get this insurance. $250,000 is not going to last very long.
No, it's not.
I mean, that's not, if you have kids and now you're down to a single income when maybe it was two, this is not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money. Hopefully you're going to invest well if that's all you have. But that's what, in going into a needs-based approach and figuring out, okay, so these are your bills you have. This is your mortgage. This is your what you want to have for your kids. You want your kids to go to this kind of college. You want your kids to go to this kind of college. I mean, it's a matter of figuring all that out and coming down with a number. And, when somebody says, get in the mail, here, $100,000, I've done policies on somebody for $598,671 because that's what we figured out they needed for that period of time. And it's so funny when you get a husband and wife together and the husband's I'll be fine if she's gone. Really? Okay, you're going to take care of the kids.
And work.
And clean the house. So
now you're dating yourself.
Well, you know what I mean? Yeah, I did.
You just double up that order of flowers right there.
At least. Well, no, understand, but there are kids that I bring that out, and the husband, then the wife start looking at the husband's. Oh, you think I'm not worth that much now? Okay, well, and I don't try to start arguments. I want to keep marriages together, of course, but sometimes I have to be a counselor. But understanding that there's more than just that 150. There's more than what you get in the mail isn't necessarily what you're going to need. You need to talk to somebody like me, and we can sit down and figure it out.
Brett, we have about a minute left, and as you try to make up to your wife now,
yes.
What are you guys doing tonight? Anything fun?
It depends on that when I'm able to get back through the traffic on 405.
That is true.
So I'm sure We have a plan.
I trust that you do. And as you actually said
She's
before,
testing me right now.
it's a big surprise. You told me all about it on the way. It sounds like you guys are going to have a lot of fun.
You get me in trouble every time. Thanks, Ben.
I'm sorry. That is Brett Chittum. Brett, thanks so much for joining us. Brett Chittum, insurance agent and owner of the Chittum Agency with Allstate.